go over what is up with the jumps on vAS 2, just so everyone understands. So we'll take kind of a look at a bad jump, a good jump, and all that stuff. So right here, about 2 minutes in, we saw our first bad jump there, so let me rewind a little bit. So this little purple blob following this tank icon right here, that's felms. So here you can see Brundeen is too close to group, and it jumped to Skylar in the bottom. So Brundeen then ran out at that point, kited the second jump out, but now Skylar gets 2 jumps. Now this one happened right on felms spawn though, and Brundeen probably didn't see it was up right away, so that's like a common mistake I think we see. But for the most part, the rest of this video, Brundeen kites them correctly. I would say about 90% of the time. I watched a couple of them. So here you can see Johnny's got felms on, and it jumps out to Brundeen because he's way in the back. Now he comes down to Skylar, back to Brundeen. So that is what we would consider a well-kited jump. And you see that over and over. Johnny brings him back down to ohms, and we see that time and time again. So now if we jump to 10-ish minutes. So here, let me back up a little bit. So here's the kite. It's jumping to Brundeen, Skylar, back to Brundeen. But shortly here, I think we lose Johnny to kite. So the mini comes back down. And, oh, yep, Johnny just died there. And I think, oh no, Aqua's died and Johnny has taunt. So now you can see felms is on Brundeen. There's nothing Brundeen can do about this because the mini does not have taunt. So, of course, this ad is going to double jump on Skylar. So Skylar's actually down right now, too. But he gets rezzed right before jump comes up. So we'll kind of see him pop up. There's Aquos. Aquos has been rezzed. Brundeen still kiting mini in the back. Oh, there's Skylar. Well, felms decides, hey, now it's time to jump. Well, he's currently on Brundeen following him around, so of course he's going to jump first on Skylar. Back to Brundeen. Back to Skylar. So this is when, obviously, it got a little heated, but there wasn't much Brundeen could do because there was a tank down and we tried to recover. So here is where it happens again. We see that felms is properly stacked on ohms. At this point, Johnny moves up a little bit to reposition, and felms comes into the middle of the screen there. And as you saw, Brundeen was backed up. But I'm going to try to get a pause here. So we see right here, Brundeen's all the way in the back. I mean, Brundeen is positioned correctly. I mean, yeah, he could have maybe been a step further back, but because felms was kind of out of position here, he was right in between Skylar and Brundeen. So one of 3 things could have happened to avoid this situation. Skylar could have saw that, hey, the mini's out of position and walked forward a little towards ohms. If that happened, that should make Brundeen farther away. Brundeen could have saw, oh shoot, hey look, the mini moved back, let me go back a little further. Not that he had a lot of room, but he could have went back a little further. Or 3, the third thing that could have happened is if Johnny hadn't moved, then the mini would have still been closer to Skylar, and Brundeen would have got double jumps. So, as you can see here, it really is a 3-man team to get this done. So when the mini is stacked correctly on ohms down here, it's really easy for Brundeen to be the furthest person away. But when felms is moving around, sometimes that doesn't happen. Or if a tank is down and he's moving around, that doesn't happen. It's not really necessarily anyone's fault. It's a learning thing. So, I mean, like I said, 3 people could have adapted that situation to make that not happen. And it didn't, but, we were 10 minutes into a run and things get, sloppy sometimes. So, really, though, for the most part, kites are going well. When the mini's stacked correctly, Brundeen gets double jumps 90% of the time. So, thanks for listening in.